What's up, people? It is Tuesday, October the 11th. I don't know, week 5 breakdown coming at you. It's been a few weeks. I was on vacation. Crazy week last week, but wanted to come at you and break down a little bit of what we saw. Starting over here with our weekly report, which you'll see on the right side of your screen. First up, best manager award goes to Ruspo, who nearly got every single point his team is capable of. And yet, comes at us with, I dominate work, best ever employee in my field. Granted, it took every single point Ruspo's team could get, every single point he could get to win his matchup against the Miami Beachcombers. Russ, not looking good when your team can put up its best lineup, only 167 points. Not the most points on the week, but still pretty impressive. If we keep rolling through them, you'll see that Stakester, you'll see that my boy Steve just absolutely dropped a turd. A huge turd. Here comes a huge turd. Puts up 98 points, misses out a ton of points on his bench, and just asleep at the wheel over there. If we keep rolling through them, you'll see that the biggest blowout, we had Mrs. Slowdog, Mr. Slowdog, Mrs. Slowdog beat US Calvin. It was not even close thanks to this guy down here, this guy right here, Gabe Davis. You pronounce it with a GD. GD, Gabe Davis. Wow, 3 receptions, 171 yards on 3 receptions. If you watch this game at all, you saw him get loose twice down the field and absolutely break off some tremendous runs. And because I've jacked our scoring up and won't change it till the end of the season, you get double points for receptions that are over 50 yards. You get a point for over 40 and then another point for over 50. But it's rare enough that we might as well reward it. Gabe Davis goes from hurt to 3 receptions, 171 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, because he was tied with these two guys. He was hooked up right here with Bertha Hurts quarterback Josh Allen. Josh Allen absolutely crushing it. I mean, just blows my mind how this man just defies logic. He can look perfect every single time. I know it doesn't seem possible that he could, but he just keeps getting better every single week. He just crushes. He did most of his 48 points against me in the first half. And then you tie that to Bert's running back, Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler just bringing the pain train, just absolutely coming in like a wrecking ball, absolutely demolishing my dreams. The two of those guys put up almost 90 points together. I had a great week, put up 145 points, which would have beat a lot of people in our league. But not this week. Not against Mrs. Slowdog. Not with them putting up 90 points. 2 guys. I just could not catch them. But that's just not a whole lot of fun. So let's look at some of the people who absolutely just kind of sucked this week, who missed out. Not a whole lot of folk left points on their bench, and so it's going to be hard to make fun of people for making bad choices. But let's see if we can't dive into some of these numbers and see. We've got Calvin's team, the dumpster fire over here. If we dive into what happened to Calvin really unlucky right here. Aaron Jones and the Packers just doing nothing, losing to the New York Football Giants. DJ Moore, who now has no coach because the Panthers finally fired Matt Rule. Finally got rid of his bum ass and got somebody who can't be any worse. Juju Smith-Schuster and all of the Kansas City wide receivers, running backs, everybody not named Travis Kelce. Just was a bum this past week. And then if we keep looking at it, you go down and Green Bay allowing all those points, allowing 27 points. Just all kinds of fun, just all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Pretty much the whole lineup from top to bottom occupies one single motto, that we all produce shit. That's just kind of their motto. I'm sorry, Calvin. I know it's a dumpster fire. I'm not trying to just, pile on. But we got to tell the truth. We have to tell the truth here. So let's go on and just keep seeing if we can't find somebody that we can, somebody else we can pick on. Diving into our league, if we go down here, Luke Harbaugh's team doesn't do a whole lot more than divine interception. Luke with gritty bang bang, 100 points, just barely breaks that 100 mark because he has Pooper McWilson, Rusty Will, nothing doing. Russ looks absolutely terrible, just looks washed, just looks, I don't even know a better word for it. Let's see. Russ just looks like a huge turd. Russ shit so hard that I've got hole pain. That's pretty funny, and I don't care who you are. Not appropriate for kids. Don't watch this one with your kids in the room. But we see Russ doing terrible. Najee Harris is just... I can't get anything going this week. Anything going this week. Saquon Barkley might be the pick of the year, and yet still, when you marry that to T. Higgins getting hurt in the very first spin, Allen Robinson has gotten nothing. Nothing. 0. 3 catches this game is the most he's got all year, and it was 3 catches for 12 freaking yards. Allen Robinson just got $72 million or something crazy to run around the field and not catch passes. Absolutely mind-boggling. And then you've had Damian Harris get hurt, which just just stinks. Just a terrible break for my boy Luke, because all those guys together in one big family, all those guys in one family, all farting on his lineup, and in this family we call farts Assville Sounds. It has been a week for all these guys, but I think there's a chance for everybody to come back. If we look at the rankings real quick as we finish up, just looking at our league standings, it's pretty interesting to look at the standings. If I can get them, here we go. If you look at some of this, it's pretty crazy. Look right here. What we got is nobody is showing up against these two teams. Points against 558 points. I think that is the lowest points against total in our league, which means that somehow, I don't know if it's through, imprecatory psalms or something, but Steve is doing something to put the hex on everybody who plays him. The Miami Beachcombers, we only have 611 points against. So something happening here. Our two top-ranked teams, nobody is scoring on them. They are playing outstanding defense, because if you take a minute and just roll down the standings, you will see some of these teams putting up tremendous points. Miami Beachcombers has scored almost 800 points, which is a ton of points. Nobody can even come close. But if you look at my team, 717 points over here. 717 points, but I have got 718 points against. 718 points against, which is, I think, the league lead. It is more points. I lied. There it is. Letter Kenny Shamrock. Smith Law Dog has more points against by a few. If you need points, just play me or Fish, and we can help you out. That's it for this week, boys. I will see y'all in the future.